everyone, this is Action Figure Expert here, coming to you with my review on Marvel Legends Captain Britain. I'll give you a little bio on him first. AKA Brian Braddock. First came out in the UK, part of the UK Marvel Productions, publications, whatever you prefer to call it. I believe it was in the mid-70s. He had a weekly comic book, and also, if I'm not mistaken, it coincided with some of the major titles like Hulk, Fantastic Four, and Spider-Man. I myself have never read any of those solo act Captain Britain comics, but I have read several issues of Excalibur from the 80s into the early 90s. If you don't know, Excalibur is a team of mutants, particularly X-Men, led by Captain Britain, based in the UK/United Kingdom. I'll talk more about Excalibur later when I get down to a little Excalibur review. For the most part, when it comes to his powers, if I'm not mistaken, he mainly just has super strength and can fly. But he is pretty powerful. I haven't read anything with Captain Britain in a while, so for all I know, he could be more powerful or have gained powers throughout the past 10 or so years. Let's see. Alright, I guess I'll get down to the review of the toy. Alright, Captain Britain came out in 2006 in the Giantman series, which was the only Toy Biz Walmart exclusive that was ever made. Even though it wasn't exclusive, this wave was pretty easy to find, especially compared to the Hasbro exclusives, such as the Walmart and Target exclusive waves. Captain Britain's got 40 points of articulation. He shares the same body mold as Sentry, Black Panther, and Wonder Man. When it comes to the detail on this figure, the detail is pretty well done. You can see the paint apps on him. You can really see the British flag painted all over his body and arms. Very similar to, say, Captain America. You can see within the red and some of the blue, there's a lot of gray/black shading on him to give him a little depth, make him look more three-dimensional. If you look at the white parts of him there, if you can make that out, he's got blue shading on his pants. If you're wondering why those are shaded blue, from what I recall, instead of making them shaded black in the comic books, blue stuck out better instead of putting black over white, which of course gave the artwork more depth and made it look more three-dimensional. Let's see, what else can I tell you about him? He's a pretty well-made figure compared to some. There's about a handful of Toy Biz figures that are well molded, but the quality of them aren't up to par with some. But the quality on this figure, at least the ones that I have of him, are all pretty well done. I don't have any with any loose joints at the moment. What else can I tell you? I think I told you he's got about 40 points of articulation. I'll give you a quick show where that is. Of course, you know, if you collect Marvel Legends, you know most of the basic articulations, especially on the Toy Biz ones. Unfortunately, I sort of wish that he had individual fingers on his hands, but at least he can make a nice shaped fist when he closes his fingers. And I guess that's basically it for Captain Britain. Like I said, he's a pretty well made figure. Quality wise, I'll give him a 10. Detail wise, I'll give him a 10. Availability, I'll give it a 9. It wasn't exclusive, but it was pretty easy for me to find, at least. That's basically it. Thank you for watching my reviews, and stay tuned for more reviews to come. Thank you. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to point out. Some people believe that there's a variant of Captain Britain out there. In actuality, if you can see the small picture on the back of the card that came with Captain Britain, that was just a prototype paint job for Captain Britain. When they released this wave, they released it in too much of a hurry that they didn't really get down to making that particular version of Captain Britain, and there's only maybe a handful of that particular paint job floating around, which is actually considered a prototype. So if you happen to see that, that usually means they got a prototype in their hands. Alright, thanks.